Hey, you guys want to meet our new cats? So we had a friend, they had a barn cat problem. Not them specifically, but some relatives had a barn, had lots of cats, and they've been trying to lower that number. So they've caught a lot of the kittens, and I think they're gonna try to catch a lot of the other cats and get them fixed to cut down on those numbers. So they asked us if we would take in these 4 kittens, and we didn't need any, but we said sure, and at some point we'll get them spayed and neutered as well. But aren't these guys cute?
They're about 5 or 6 weeks old. They're still pretty tiny, but they are eating solid food now, so.
So if you're keeping track at home of how many cats we have now, we currently have 3 females. We have M&M, Callie, and Polly. You guys saw us have Huck and Finn last fall, and they both got hit on the road. And so we were really trying to prevent any of our cats from going up there. The girls still go across the street, but those boys were trying to follow what they were doing, and they unfortunately got hit. And we try to do things, we keep electric on the fence, but it's just too easy for them to hop up and over the fence to get out there. So we're gonna do our best to keep these guys
What do you think of the kitty?
hunting mice here on our property, but sometimes we just can't control that.
There's no names yet, but we're gonna still think about it. The boys think this one's the fast one. This might be the only female. This one likes to eat. He's a little chubby.
He's my favorite because he has my color on him.
Oh.
This is my color. A black, white color. This one's my favorite. She has black dots.
And she's very sweet, isn't she?
Yeah.
Turn off the lights, the stars in the sky are turning so clear. And without the words, the feelings unheard.
I think this one's my favorite.
Just as sincere,
Gotta share with you, Uriah.
but something's not right.
Yeah. All right, so we need to talk about the one-legged peachick. So I've got a proposal for his name. Little One Leg, or LOL. Just to be clear, he ended up dying. And I'll tell you what happened, but it was very frustrating. So let me start from the beginning. So in the previous hatching video, we hatched out 7 peachicks, and one of them had a leg issue. And so I got a number of emails and messages and different things as far as people giving suggestions or just saying take it to a vet. Or here's what ended up really helping was a few people that actually said they've worked with birds or they are a vet. They gave some different suggestions. Basically said it was a slip tendon. So one leg's working great. This one's able to hop around on one leg and then basically just holds this other leg, holds it right up by his body. And then because of that, it causes a few other issues, like he rests on the knee at the joint, and so it becomes very swollen and gross and pussy, and it's not good. And so even though we think the peachick will survive, I think this leg's gonna have some serious issues over time. One suggestion was to work with it each day and bend the leg, basically exercising it to stretch it out to see if it actually would be able to be used. And I tried that for a couple days, and it just seemed like I was hurting the peachick, and I didn't really like the way that was going, and it didn't seem to help at all. The second suggestion was a number of people sent me a video from a peacock channel where a lady works with a peachick that's a day old that has the same slip tendon, basically tapes it into a little box, tapes its legs down, and then also puts something around wraps a little like paper towel or a piece of paper around the leg to hold it straight. And while I really like this idea and I think it would really work well, probably after the first day or two, my peachick was about 10 days old at the time I saw this and then I tried it, and the peachick was freaking out. Just did not like it at all. Continually tried to get out of it. Even if I weighed down the box all around, just would panic. And maybe it would work with a day-old peachick, but she never even showed the results of it. She just said, here's what you do, and then said it worked. And maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, I don't know, but my peachick did not like it. And I think the stress caused a heart attack and the peachick died. And so after just about 4 or 5 hours taped into the little box, which was supposed to stay in there for about 24 hours before I would let him out and then see if there's some mobility back in that leg, didn't even make it 4 hours. So all right, I got him right here set up on my desk. It's got some water, got some food right off to the side. I think can reach both there. And then even a little Mandarin duckling is hatching, so he'll have something to watch. Well, I did want help I'm upset and frustrated that we even tried something, because at that point I could have just left the peachick alone, could have just had one leg, and while it's not a perfect life, still would have had a really great life, and I think it really would have still survived. If you reached out and tried to blame me for it, I didn't appreciate that. I got a few messages like that just saying handling peachick. You know what? I'm a channel that I work with my animals. If you want a hands-off channel, then go watch Animals in Nature, because I want to work with my animals, and I don't believe I caused any issue to the peachick. Sometimes things happen during incubating, and that's what happened, and I don't believe I was the cause of it. Next time, I'll try something on the first day or two, and if not, I'll just leave them alone after that, because I think it was just too late. But little one leg, we'll miss you, and I'm sorry you had to die like that.
Hey, Barbie. Hey, Bamboo. How you doing, bud?
So we've been working hard on our garden, and we're coming out to water it this morning. We water it every morning, and we're gonna have a new way to do that here pretty soon. But I wanted Becky to give us a little tour of what we've got going on here.
Well, we started a lot of this from seed in our greenhouse. So we got celery, eggplant. These are some sweet peppers. A viewer sent us some Italian squash. These are those. These are all our cucumbers. And then we got some pumpkins on this side. And cannons that Eli planted. Green beans growing on our trellis right here. And then Eli's got a banana plant right here. These are bachelor buttons that Eli planted. And his sunflowers. These are Eli's giant pumpkins that he's growing.
Could be up to 100 pounds. That one's just getting started.
We got 2 beds of tomatoes. These are our potatoes and sweet potatoes. There's some more of Eli's pumpkins. There's some more pumpkin, and there's watermelon in this one. This one is all watermelon. We got peas growing in here. Look at them. This is our carrots and beets. Some red spinach. Last but not least, we got our sweet corn growing. Since we were able to start 2 months early with the greenhouse, we've been able to harvest peas and celery, carrots, beets, cucumbers are coming along, and it's still really early.
Come here. Come on. Come here. Come on. Isabella, come on. Oh, we clapping and walking. Yay! Good job. I don't know if you've seen this coop in action in a while, but we've been using it for well over a year for some roosters. We're gonna move some birds around right now so we can get the peachicks out. Let me show you what we're doing. So we used to let the roosters, we have a couple extra roosters that we don't have the space for. There were just too many in the bantam flock. It's a couple small ones. And then Shammy was over in the main flock and was also starting to attack Becky and the boys. So we had to find a place for them. So we made a rooster pen. Roosters typically get along fine together with no females present. But with Shammy's kind of aggressive, so one of them's a little bloody today. But they're gonna come in here with the turkeys. They have a big space. So I'm hoping the turkeys kind of keep the rooster fighting to a minimum. We'll see how that works out. Come on out. There you go. Yeah, he's a little bloody. He had a fight with Shammy. He's looking rough. There's little frizzle rooster, there's Shammy, and there's the turkeys. We'll see how that rooster area works out, but now I need to move the Indio Gigantes over here to this rooster area. Because I need the fence they have. They have my shock or not fencing that we're gonna use for the peachicks. Stay in, guys. Perfect. Indio Gigantes are in. Now I can move them over where the roosters were.
I can put it over it.
All right, now we're ready to let the Indio Gigantes out and Some of you guys have noticed when we post them on Instagram that we have quite a few males, like 5 males and 5 females. So yeah, we won't be able to keep them all, but at least we have some of both. So future breeding programs, probably keep 1 or 2 males and all 5 females. All right, now they're all set. Now we can go move the peachicks.
Is the red one still in there?
Yeah, no, no. Got him to come out and then he went right back in. So we're gonna move them in a little cat carrier. It's about 20 feet outside of their fence, and then we can move this shelter that they're in. We gotta catch their 2 mama hens and 6 peachicks. There's peachick number 3 and 4. Isaiah's got number 5.
And I did number 6.
I've got the broody hens, and now we'll move them outside with their new shelter.
I said no.
So we've got the peachicks in their new area. We've got the broody hens just outside the house. We'll let them all out here for a minute. But you might have seen they flew right out of that cat carrier, and that's the problem we had last year. We let some of them in an area like this with some turkeys and a couple other birds, some of our chicks we were raising, and one of them got out and we couldn't find it, and we were pretty sure one of the cats may have eaten, and one of them was missing. And so that's one thing, is that we don't want to let them out all the time. They're gonna fly, they're already flying. And so we'll let them out right now while we're out here. Normally we'll just leave them in their shelter unless we're out here to supervise what they're doing.
If I grab one.
Oh boy. Look at that little floop on the top of their head. Their head feathers already grown in.
Huh? Everyone has them. Because I just checked. That's why.
Can't believe how fast they can fly that high.
These peachicks are 2 weeks old and they're already getting their head feathers on their head.
They're starting to fly, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were lucky, we just had our pasture mowed, and then they made hay bales. We got them over by the cows, and so this whole area outside the chicken area, of course we could mow it, but the whole property is now all short, so we're able to walk around and move birds around a lot more easily without having to mow a big area of grass. So both broody hens, the mama hens, are still doing amazing. They don't show any interest. A couple times we've had doors open. They don't really show any interest of going out. Usually after about 2 to 4 weeks, they'll start to get tired of raising their young, and they'll just want to be back with the flock. They'll start laying an egg. That's when you'll definitely know. Hey, how'd you get the peachick? Did you catch that?
Yes.
All right. It's pretty, isn't it?
They have wings.
Has wings.
Have feet.
Has feet.
Their nose.
It's got a beak. All right, what do you guys think? Should we get him back in?
I got this one.
You got this one.
Myself.
Myself, yep.
I hold one. Got to go in. I want to hold one.
Here's our red cochin.
Here's the black silky. I got lift, empathy, after.
So this is a fun day while we're outside doing chores. Inside, we've got some little button quail hatching. That guy just hatched right there. And this one's got the shell stuck on his head. Let's see if we can get out. Yay! Little guy got out. All right. How awesome. So we have button quail just for fun, don't we, Isabella? And our numbers were getting kind of low. We've got about 7 or 8. I think we've got 8 out in the barn right now. So it looks like we're gonna have a whole bunch of them hatch out today. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Oh my gosh, another one hatched right while that was happening. This one's just about to hatch. So cool.